How's it going, everybody? We have an unboxing here of one of the final pieces of my build, which is the most important, I would say, because you have no computer without this. The case. This is the Corsair Graphite Series 780T full tower case. And the camera woman, come over to this side. We can see it's the black. And it comes with red LED fans, which is super sweet. It has a nice window on it. Okay, now let's get down here. These are the dimensions. It is 601 millimeters tall, which is around 23 inches. 262 millimeters wide, which is around, I believe, 11, something like that, 10. And then 638 millimeters depth. That's how long it is, which is around 25. All right, so that's the box. I'm not gonna show you guys anything else. I guess I'll give you a quick little look at this back. Blowing up view of everything inside. We won't go through that. We'll go through that on the inside of the case here. And here's the beauty. All right, release the curtain. Has all of its packaging stuff. I just took it out of the box. This is a protected plexiglass window here. Yeah, we can just go around. Let me get a ruler. Here we go. Just to see how wide it is. It is around, minus the feet, it's around 10.5 inches wide, I would say. Because the feet do stick out a tiny bit more, which makes it like 11.5. But like, you can always tuck it under, you know what I mean? So, that's cool. All right, so, let's get into the top here, I guess. Top I/O. We have a start button here. It'll start up your computer. It has a nice like you know, start and stop like a car does, which is super cool. We have the reset button. And we have a fan controller in here. And we have two USB 2s and two USB 3s, as well as mic and headphone jack. It's pretty sweet. All right. This piece of tape here comes with a little nice folded back piece. This is how it comes boxed up to protect your first fan grill. Click it in. This whole filter comes off, and it's all mesh on this side. Pretty sweet. See through it. And then down in here, you have the little hooks for it and stuff. And then these are super cool right here. It comes with built-in little rubber grommets around the fan holes, so you don't have any fan vibration noises. Pretty sweet. All right. You could also fit a 360 rad and three 120 millimeter fans, and as well as two 140 fans. Pretty sweet up here on the top. Just goes back in. Just make sure you put these back in the right spot, just like that, and click it into place. Put the tape back on just for good measures. Now if we want to come over here to the front, we'll take a look at the front here. Another piece of tape. Again, they fold it back for you, so it's not a pain to get it off. Pretty sweet.
Thank you, assistant. Yeah.
And then you just, oh, here we go. You just do the same over here. You just click. It pops right out. Same kind of mesh. Stuff like that. You got your nice Corsair badge there. Really sweet. And then here we have the included that come with the case. Two, let me see if I got this right. Yep, two red 140 millimeter fans for intake in the front. It comes with the case. So sweet. And then you also have all your other mounting holes here. You have 140s. You can fit a 360 rad here or a 280 rad, along with the 120s and stuff like that. 240s. You can put three 120 fans here, but it comes with two 140s already included. And then right behind here, there's a little screw right back there. You guys can see it. That's how you remove the hard drive cage on the inside, which we will get to later because I'll be taking one of those out. All right, so now we showed you guys that. The next thing to show you guys is the, here's where the two 5¼ inch bays are. You have two of them. This is what I'll be putting my NZXT Hue RGB LED controller, probably in the bottom one, just in case I get like something else, maybe another fan controller, or if I ever go water cooling, I'll get a bay mounted reservoir. Okay, let's come over here to the back. And on the back, we have Here's where your IO shield cutout is. Pretty sweet. We have push outs here where you can get your, in case you need a liquid cooling on the outside of your case, you can put the hoses through here to the inside. This is where your power supply mount is. And we have 9 PCI Express expansion slots. 9 of them. So you can have up to a 4-way SLI, plus a sound card. Pretty sweet. And yeah, and then here we have, well, I'll show you on the inside of the case. But here we do have 140 millimeter mounted fan, non-LED, comes in the case as an exhaust, and there's also 120 millimeter mounting as well, and you can slide it up and down to kind of direct that airflow, which is super sweet. And come around to the front side here, well, I guess the side panel window, and these latches, you just lift them up like a car door. Pretty sweet, nice, very intuitive. And then you just remove it. Set this over here. And then here, now we're gonna take a look at the inside. Let's get down here. Let's get nice and low. All right, so on the inside you can see the 140 millimeter non-LED fan here. Kind of wish it was, you know, LED fan would be kind of cool to match the whole thing. I don't like the gray. I'll probably be replacing that. But yeah, comes with the 3-pin fan connectors on those. Here's your hot swap bays here. Pretty sweet. You just take these sleds out by pinching these 2 things. And then here's your holes just to pop in your your hard drives, your mechanical hard drives. And then there's also mounting holes here to pop in SSDs, which is super sweet. But we'll get to SSD mounting later. You don't really have to use these for that, but you can. And these are removable, fully modular. You can see here there's screws right there, and then there's that other screw that I showed you that was on the front over here. And then you can just take out this sled, you just slide it off, and then you can just have 3 of them in there, which most people, if you don't want that many, 6. And then I'll also show you later, there's also 3 SSD bays in the back of the case. You can see them right here, and then they go vertical, and I'll show you those later. But this is cool. Check this out. It's on its own little pedestal here to raise it up, and then you can fit your SATA cable under here to go through the back, and then that's how you can power them all, which is really sweet. Instead of running it through here, through this window here, to run all your cables up and under through the back tray behind the motherboard tray. Pretty sweet. And this is compatible with micro ITX motherboards, mini ITX, ATX motherboards, standards, eATX motherboards, as well as XL-ATX motherboards. So you can fit all the way down to here. You can have a freaking motherboard in there, which is insane. So don't worry about that. The middle standoff, remember, is they took out the threads, and it's just like a little post. Comes out like about ½ an inch. It's a little post there to make it where you can mount it easier, your motherboard. And then it has all these nice little rubber grommets here for your cable management. The only one I would like to have seen would have been maybe down here for the front panel connectors and stuff like that, and some other things, and then also one up here, because usually there's a fan header in the middle of your motherboard on the top. My motherboard doesn't, so I'm not too concerned about not having that grommet there. I could just run it from the sides, because most of my fan connectors are here in the middle anyway. But we do have an onboard fan controller, and it comes with 5, we'll show you that later. It comes with 5, here's a little one peeking through right here. It comes with 3 pins with a 4-pin acceptance fan headers, so you can put 5 of those on there. So like if you want to configure it that way, you can have 2 in the front, the back one, and then you gotta have some type of CPU cooling or something like that, and then you could put like a 260 up here, 240 up here, and then you could have almost all of your fans connected to your fan controller, so you don't have to worry about that, because you don't really want to control the fans of the CPU cooler. You want that to be plugged into the fan header on the motherboard. So it'll be that way. And then also down here in the case, which is super cool, you can fit, I believe, let's see if I can get that right, 120, or like an 80 millimeter fan down here. So you can fit like a fan, and then your power supply will be mounted here. So as long as your power supply doesn't come past this point, which there's only a few that might, maybe like the AX1500i by Corsair, and I'm using the AX1200i, which is a little bit smaller. Then I can put another fan down here to exhaust it out the bottom, and then if you want to check this out, here we go. Let's see if I can get my hand under there. We have mesh fan filters on the bottom, front and back. There's one on this side as well. Another one here. It's right on the bottom. They just slide in. So having a bottom-mounted power supply that sucks air and intakes from the bottom instead of inside the case, it can get its own fresh air, because remember, these feet keep it off the ground, so you can see clean under there, so it can get air from underneath the case without it being just suffocated. And then they're also filtered, so if you were to put another fan here, you could have it intaking air just like the power supply, or you could have it exhausting air, and then you'll be good, which I think it'd be better to intake here, because your fan's going to be intaking, so you don't want to be blowing hot air from here and then having it intaking that from here. So you just, I mean, I guess you kind of could circulate it and create a nice pressure, but it's up to you. And then also, here's in the 5 1/4 inch bays, you just pop these right here, and then you pull it in and out, stuff like that. 2 of them, pretty sweet. They have nice rounded edges so you don't cut your fingers. With the IO shields, you kind of just, I don't even know how to release these. I think you just pop them out, I think. I'll look at that later. But yeah, it's pretty sweet. All right, I think that's everything in this side of the case. Now we got to go to the back. And this comes with all of your stuff. The bag, warranty. This is all of your mounting screws. See if I can pop these out. Comes with some zip ties, fan mounting screws, motherboards, stuff like that, all kinds of screws. There we go. Put all those back in here just so I don't lose them. And then we'll move on to the back of the case now. Show you guys what type of cable management you can get in this beast, this behemoth. All right, here we go. Let's move on to the back. Let me put the other side panel back on, just so I don't want them both off at the same time. Easy to put it back on. Nice, easy latch. You just put these little things back in the things on the bottom. Very easy. Just pop it up like that, and then locks into place. This will come off. This is just a protected piece of plastic. All right, now we're on the back side here. Same latch mechanism. Pop it off. This one's all metal though. All aluminum. All the way through. You can switch the panels, but I mean, you'll have a window, I guess, looking at the cable management, which is, you know, whatever. So here, back here, we have all of the cables that come included with the case. We have 3.0 front panel connector, USB, HD audio front panel. You have your, I had all these organized. Let me see if I can reorganize them really quick. Here we go. Here's all of your fans here. I believe you can power the fan controller 2 ways. You can power it either with a SATA, which is the best way, and you can power it with a 2-pin Molex, which no one really uses anyway. But it's nice to have. And then you get 5 fan headers, like I said, super sweet. And then here's all of your power LEDs, reset switch, power switch, and hard drive LED activity lighting. And then we'll move these out. Let me zip tie these really quick. And then we'll get into the last part, which is nice cutout here, so you can replace your CPU cooler very easily without removing your motherboard. And then here we have, right here, we have removable modular SSDs, spring loaded. So this little here, you just pull this down, pop it into place, and it won't move at all. And then you can basically, the cool idea they had with this here is they wanted to make it where you could see your nice SSD, your nice hardwares through the window on that side. So if you remove this hard drive case on the front, you can see like these 2 hard drives, which is sweet. And then you have 3 of them. Pretty nice. All right, everybody. That concludes this video. It's a really long video, but I mean, it is the guts of everything, where everything's gonna go in. So that has been an unboxing and a little overview of the Graphite series Corsair 780T full tower case in black with red LED fans. Thank you guys very much for watching, and stay tuned for the full build video.